Hi everyone. In these videos about Bach's chorales, I won't simply be looking at the chorales as a series of chords, but will instead focus on other concepts and processes which Bach incorporates into his harmonizations. Today I'll be looking at the use of passing progressions and voice exchange in two chorales. In its most basic form, a passing progression prolongs a single chord. In the following example, a C major triad is prolonged by a first inversion diminished triad. Two key features of this progression are each part of the progression moves by step, and each part is interchangeable and may be used in any part. The only exception is this G-F-G figure, which cannot be used in the bass as a forbidden second inversion results, and this part, which results in a root position diminished triad. A common variation of this basic form is the use of a passing second inversion dominant instead of a first inversion diminished triad. As before, all parts are interchangeable, and this figure still may not be used in the bass part as second inversion tonic chords result. Because this chord is in second inversion, the rules governing the use of these chords still apply. It is therefore unlikely that it would be found on a strong beat of a bar. At the core of both these progressions is voice exchange. In these examples, C moves to E in one part, and the reverse, E to C, is in another. Here, if we are treating the C triads as the tonic chords in C major, with C being the first degree of the key, the first melodic figure of this voice exchange moves up from the tonic 1, 2, 3, while the second moves 3, 2, 1. The other parts may also be assigned with their relevant scale degree numbers, with this part, for example, moving 5, 4, 5, and this 1, 7, 1. Although voice exchange is commonly found as part of these basic passing progressions, it may also be used with other combinations of melodic figures. Although only 6 bars in length, this chorale contains a number of passing progressions. If we remove all non-harmony notes except for sevenths and align all chord degrees, the passing progressions are more visible. The first is here, where the C-D-E, E-D-C exchange underpins these chords. Although the notes of this voice exchange are the same as in our previous passing progression examples, here in the key of A minor, they move 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3. The other parts move 1, 7, 7 and 1, 2, 3. Notice the bass figure moves in contrary motion with the tenor part and in thirds with the soprano. The bass's motion then highlights the contrapuntal aspect of these progressions, a factor which should not be neglected. The combination of these parts produces the following chords, which through the following quarter note beats hints at the relative major key of C. The second passing progression is here, where it is underpinned by this ABC-CBA exchange. These figures use the first, second and third degrees of A minor, while the soprano moves 4, 4, 3, and the alto raised 6, raised 7th, 1. Again, one part of the voice exchange moves in contrary motion with one part of the texture, and in sixths with another. Together these parts produce the following progression, which incorporates the second inversion subdominant dominant 7th chord from the harmonized ascending A melodic minor scale. With the inclusion of this initial A minor triad, the notes of the voice exchange and passing progression are extended to a 4-beat progression, where now the soprano and bass move in thirds, except for beat 2, where the subdominant 7th creates a second. The final passing progression is here, where it is underpinned by this D, E, F, F-E-D voice exchange. These figures use the 4th, 5th and 6th degrees of A minor, while the soprano moves 4-3-2 and the alto raised 7-1-1. Again, one part of the voice exchange moves in contrary motion with one part of the texture and in sixths with another. Together these parts produce the following progression, which uses a second inversion tonic triad to connect the leading note diminished 7th chord in 4-2 inversion and the first inversion B half diminished supertonic 7th chord. As with the previous passing progression, here all sevenths are correctly prepared and resolved through the voice leading of the 4 parts. Other uses of passing progressions can be found here, where a double voice exchange prolongs the submediant of G major. The first voice exchange moves 1-7-6, 6-7-1, while the other moves 1-2-3, 3-2-1. It is the combination of these parts which produces the apparent root position F sharp leading note diminished triad on the final 8th note beat of this bar. This triad, however, is simply an interaction of the various passing notes and not a true chord. In bars 6 and 7 also, Bach connects 2 voice exchanges to create an extended passing progression in D major. Here the first voice exchange moves 2-3-4, 4-3-2, and the second moves 3-4-5, 5-4-3. These exchanges then combine with parts moving between the leading note and root note of D major and the third and root note. I hope you found this useful. Thanks for watching. See you next time.